Last month, we had Kings of the World. It was the last Street Fighter 6 auto qualifier for Capcom Cup. In most world tours for fighting games, there's a last chance qualifier the day before the actual event starts, which is an open bracket with an auto qualification spot, hence LCQ. Unfortunately, this season for Street Fighter, this is not the case. So the real LCQ was Kings of the World. So for dozens of top Street Fighter players, the season was over for them, with the exception of Japan. Hi everyone, I'm Normie Nick, and today we'll be recapping Japan's World Warrior number 5. So, Japan is home to the highest amount of pro Street Fighter players. So much so they had a league twice the size of Street Fighter League US and Europe. And for a number of them, playing Street Fighter is their full-time job. Japan is a super region for World Warrior, meaning out of all these top players, only 2 of them will get the golden tickets to Capcom Cup. One through winning the regional finals just like every other region, and the other by getting the most amount of points in their World Warrior circuit. With that many players and the volatility of this game, any one of these dozen players actually could have won in points for Japan number 5. So these points, I took the screenshot before the Japan number 5 results were updated, but you can see all of the holes on this spreadsheet here of where all these top players just didn't score points. And to take a comparison, take a look. This is the US. And it shows week 5, but still, look how much more points the top players are getting. So really, any one of those 12 players we saw before could have gotten won the tournament and qualified for that Capcom Cup seat, which is pretty nuts. If of course, if certain factors happen. And also, when you start talking about just who needs to make top 8, because top 8 goes on to the regional finals, you have potentially over 40 individuals, but more of like a 30 that are actually likely. And spoiler alert, that's kind of exactly what happened. Kawano, who only won a single World Warrior event, qualified for top 8 with 50 points. The caveat is, that was the only bracket he scored points for. This tournament had 765 participants, the highest for any 5th World Warrior. And again, comparing to US East, that region had 140 in its 5th. Why would someone compete in a tournament if the majority of top 8 already had well over 50 points? In Japan, that was not the case, as we said. And also the game is just also extremely popular there, so many more people just signed up for fun or for practice. And to add more into the mix, Itabashi Zangief, who won East Coast Throwdown, went into the bracket to get keep. Shido might have, but as he also qualified for Capcom Cup, but he did commentary for the event. So just for some context too, this is the points ranges, so you can see there why this combined with this makes up for a very intense week 5. The stream was only from the second day. It included specific replays from top 16 and all of top 8. We'll go through this bracket and talk about some of the upsets up to top 16, and then I'll be able to show you some of the matches I recommended watching starting from top 16 and why I thought they were great. You could find all of the matches actually from your favorite players on CFN through the in-game replays in Street Fighter 6. I would recommend doing that and doing a screen record on OBS or something like that before Mai comes out, because the replays will get deleted in the newest version of the game. Past versions, you can't watch them, which I think that's really lame, but good thing we've got YouTube as an archive for things like that. Links to the video, Liquipedia, bracket details on StartGG, and all the matches I'm going to be talking about specifically are going to be in the description, so you can check that out. All right, talking about pools now. So I can't show you this full list, but there were 16 pools for this bracket, and 4 would make it out of each. 2 from winners, 2 from losers side. You can find that again in the link, but here's some notable names that did not make it out of their pools. I think this really sets the tone of how dense Japan is in great players. So Ryukichi, Daikoku, Mago, Hibiki, Bonchan, Sasamo, Dogura, TS, Eita, YHC Mochi, Nauman, Tachikawa, Torimeshi, Fenrich, and then lastly, John Takeuchi, who was tied with Kawano in points, which is really sad to see. He didn't make it because Kawano, the tiebreaker was that Kawano actually won a World Warrior, but even though John Takeuchi got more points throughout, it still did not count. So again, bracket details, all that, it's going to be in the description. So I'm going to put a set on while I keep talking about the rest of top 64 through top 16, because again, they weren't streamed, unfortunately. Going into top 64, Mizuha came in on loser side after losing to Nishikin. Mizuha went on a reign of terror with his Kami. He eliminated Fujimura, Nemo, and Ryusei until finally getting stopped in an upset by King's Vega getting 17th place. Talking about some other big losses, Fudo lost to Higuchi, Gachikun lost to Kakeru, Kazunoko lost to Sako, and Nemo lost to Daigo. Over on loser side, Yamaguchi eliminated by Junior, Pugura eliminated by Gachikun, and Hikaru eliminated by the kanji there is Akame Ryu. Talking about top 32, Kuwano lost to Gatekeeper Itabashi Zangief. Aqua lost to Momochi. Sako lost to Tomoroku, who we'll also see in a little bit, in an upset 2-0. Daigo lost to Otani. KB lost to Goichi. Over on loser side, Fudo eliminated both Jazzy and KB. Yanai eliminated Daigo. Gachikun got Aqua. And then Kuwano was eliminated by Kazunoko. And that's a big one. With Kuwano out, it made it more clear to get top 8 for regional finals, you had to get more than 50 points. But Momochi, Kakeru, and Goichi showed up ready to win. So now we're finally in top 16. So now this was one of the biggest highlights. I highly recommend you checking out this match. Moke lost to Nari-kun. It was exceptional Kimberly play from Nari-kun. Lots of great neutral footsies and lots of Abare just interrupting Chun-Li's strings and her stance. The last game was super hype in my opinion. And what was really fun about this was Nari-kun streamed his match, and his pop-off was pretty fun. Drive rush combo, really basic, and there it is. I mean, what did you write? You just beat Moke, one of the best Street Fighter players ever. Like, yeah, Nari-kun was on something too. He also took out Higuchi in during the bracket as well. So really big wins for Nari-kun. Hopefully we see more of his Kimberly next season. Unfortunately, Nari-kun loses later on. Moving on, Kakeru versus Tomoroku. And in this set, Kakeru gets some crazy perfect parries. Tomoroku expertly uses GGH's jackknife. It was baited a little bit, but it's such a weird move because it's not a perfect flash kick. It has a really different hitbox to it in a way different direction. More like it's like a combination of a DP and a flash kick. It's really its own move. The set was much closer than I was expecting to be. It was a great showing from Tomoroku. Kakeru didn't end up winning. All right, and then Momochi was just crazy on fire in this set. Crazy Abare, crazy reads on Itabashi's SPDs. It was like he was reading his mind. Big damage, amazing whiff punishes. Momochi, this is just him at his best. If you are a player, want to know how to do the Zangief matchup, just watch this. It's a masterclass. Really, everything Momochi did this tournament was master level. All right, and then the set was really Zangiefy. Sako was eliminated by Zangief. Just lots of funny empty jumps into throws, perfect parries into throws. Just everything that you hate about Zangief probably happened in this set. So it was a fun, just Zangiefy. If you like Zangief sets, this is one to watch. All right, and then Moke eliminated by Fudo. Fudo was quite on the hot streak, eliminating a lot of players during this bracket. This was a fun set. This is optional watch. And then a Tomoroku with another big upset eliminated Gachikun. This went to the last game, last round, but Gachikun actually needed to get third to beat Kuwano to qualify for top 8, and with this, his chances for going to regional finals were shut down. And this set, just Higuchi eliminated Otani. This matchup can be pretty tough for Ken, especially with playing someone as defensive as Higuchi. So props to Higuchi and props to Otani for making this far. All right, so now we are in top 8. Finally, Fudo stops the gatekeeping, ends it, eliminates Itabashi Zangief. This set, I don't think you really need to watch. And then with amazing Chun defensive play, Goichi, the god of defense, eliminated Fudo. after he just kept part of this too is Goichi throughout the bracket actually burnt himself out along with playing very defensive, and just actually kept doing drive rush into overhead and catching Fudo. During Fudo's run, he eliminated a total of 4 players, which is pretty good, but unfortunately did not make it. We'll be seeing him in top 8 for the regional finals. And then in the run back, Higuchi eliminated Narikun. Narikun is the one who sent Higuchi into losers, and this brought Higuchi's kill count to 5, the most out of any player in this bracket. All right, then losers semis. Going into this, Higuchi needed the win, being tied in points with Kakeru. They both had 90 points going into World Warrior number 5. The only way he would get that spot is by beating Kakeru himself. And somehow these two found a way to play very defensive and very lame, Higuchi and Goichi. But them playing together, like, yeah, they're lame defensive gameplay. It was just a really, really hype match. Goichi had some crazy perfect parries on bicycle kick, and we got to see some amazing, Gao combos from Higuchi. This is a set, also another big one I would definitely watch. All right, and this is almost like an Evo set, man. Like this right here, Momochi versus Kakeru. This was Kakeru's actually first chance of qualifying for Capcom Cup with points. Like, if he won this, he wouldn't have to worry about anything. Just go to grand finals, be ready for Capcom Cup, and just play his best, put on a good show, not have to stress about anything. So, Momochi ended up winning, and a lot of it was just him walking forward, walking back, but like galaxy brain level. I mean, I saw a High Fight post the Momo walk, and that's exactly what you're going to see in this Momochi versus Kakeru matchup in both this set and grand finals. All right, so then Kakeru versus Goichi. This is Kakeru's actual finals of the bracket. He had no other chances to qualify for Capcom Cup if he did not win this. A lot was on the line. The last game of the set was pretty nuts. I don't think you need to watch the other two, but I really thought the last set was really exciting. A lot of great defense, a lot of aggressive play, a lot of great reads from both players to end it all and bring Kakeru into grand finals. And now, like I said, at this point, Kakeru had already qualified, but it's just Momochi being a badass, doing his thing, winning the game. Definitely a set that's worthy of your time and attention, and if you're a net player, you just gotta watch this. So yes, Momochi won Japan number 5. He unfortunately does not get the Capcom Cup seat. That went on to Kakeru. So this Kakeru finally in Capcom Cup, ready to go. He's been killing it all year, killing it last year. I'm sure we'll have a great showing from him in Capcom Cup. Now, if you're watching the VOD, just a little bit of explanation of this mirror match here, Goichi versus Moke. They had to find out who got 6th and 7th in points. So they're both going to start regional finals on the loser side. So this match, no matter what ended up happening, was still a formality just to see who was slightly higher than the next. But it was a great Chun mirror match if you're a Chun player. So that's it, y'all. We just have 2 more spots for Capcom Cup, Asia East, and then the winners of the Japan finals. I'm going to be covering both of them on my weekly FGC News Roundup, Set Point, that comes out on Wednesdays. This week it might be a little bit delayed because I want to make sure I got all the stuff from the EVO announcement on Tuesday in there. But go check out this week's video where I recap. The main thing was the summer tournaments. Combo Breaker CEO came out with a bunch of info, and I have a lot of that in the Set Point video. So if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I think these tournament recaps are really great for the FGC. They're fun to put together. They take up a lot of time, but I think it ends up being worth it. So leave a like. Who is your favorite player from Japan? Put a comment in there. And don't forget to subscribe. Again, set points are weekly, and then I'm also putting the tournament content in there as well. So thanks y'all for watching, and GG's.